So I logged into 3.23 to take a look at salvage. First, the good. You can see here that all the salvage claims, I don't have the rep yet, but they're all costing 0. So here's another look at that, but these are the risky missions. So you can see here they also cost 0, but you can also see the nerfs to the cleanup missions. So you have the Hammerhead missions is 30k now, and the Cuddy and Connie missions are also 20k. So pretty big nerf bat to those. I did a calculation on the Hammerhead mission previously, and it was a pretty big nerf at 88% reduction. So pretty significant at this point for that reduction. Now I know I've already taken a look at this in previous videos, but I just wanted to be pretty thorough with this, as some people maybe come to take a look at this that haven't seen my other content. So some of this is going to be B-roll in the background, but let's move on to the meat and potatoes that people really want to see, and that's the reduction on salvage materials themselves. First, we'll take a look at the current makeup of what you can get from both construction and recycled materials, and then we'll take a look at the alternative on the EPTU. As mentioned before, I'm going to take a look at the initial construction material costs. I didn't actually get the recycling, but I grabbed it online. You obviously can find these online as well, but I wanted to take a look at the verse. I went to Microtech just to kind of get a better feel, because I think it costs a bit, or you get more money out of it. But this is a first box is the 16 count on the SCUs that you can get a hold of. Obviously you can multiply the next number you get by 16 to get that as well. So you can actually see you still get 6090 out of one SCU. So if you fill up the reclaimer and you get 240 SCUs, that's worth just under 1.5 million. Yeah, I forgot to mention RMC in the previous video, or the previous segment, but RMC in current live is 13.5k more or less. And so you can actually make, if you fill up the more or less depending on where you sell it at, but if you can fill up the 240, the whole 240 of SCUs, you can get a little over 3 million, 3.2 million to be exact, more or less again. Now we'll take a look at how much construction material you can get, or what one SCM is worth in construction material on the 3.23 EPTU. And so let's see how bad the nerf bat has hit this, right? So we knew the nerf was coming, and the nerf has come. So it is well, first you'll have the 16 box here, and if you do quick math, you'll realize that that is a straight up 50% reduction in construction material. So for each SCU at this point, you're getting 3045, which happens to be exactly 50% of what was available previously with the construction material. So yeah, so if you have one SCU, it's 3045, but if you can fill up the whole 240 SCUs that the reclaimer can hold, then you're going to get 730,800. So a little less than the 75, so not quite 3/4 million. So that's a look at so far with that, and then we'll take a look at the recycled materials as well. So we're rolling up to the TDD now to take a look at how much RMC is worth. Now again, this is Microtech, so prices may fluctuate based upon where you are. Microtech is currently though one of the higher selling places for RMC. So taking a look here, we can see that a one SCM is equal to 990, so 9,900 essentially. So that is a reduction of 73%, 73.25, and so you're going to be getting 26%, 0.75 less in value there. So if you can fill up the full 240, you're going to get 2.3 million instead of the 3.2, so about $1 million less. Now that's about it. I just wanted to share those numbers, so thanks to those that have come by to take a look at that, the nerfs so far. Please, I'm going to show a little bit of the reclaimer footage I saw, just because it was a little wonky. I don't know if this is just a PTU thing or what's going on here, but I wanted to walk you through the reclaimer a bit and some of the B-roll footage I've got here, just because, again, it wasn't working right and there's just some funky stuff going on, so I wanted to take a look at that. But thank you for those who have taken a look, and please like and subscribe if you like the salvage gameplay. I definitely like following up on that as much as possible, and I'll continue to follow this through development as they push out more different waves, but it looks like that's going to at least be the baseline potentially nerfs that come through for salvage. And generally speaking, they're pretty much nerfs across the board. I do like that the missions don't cost money anymore, but more or less it's really not a lot of good news here. It's mostly bad news to share as far as nerfs, which we knew was coming. So thanks for coming by, and I'll see you guys next time for those that don't want to leave. Otherwise, that want to stay on, you can take a look at some of the reclaimer and some of the changes that might be implemented here. So I started walking around the reclaimer just to get to the back to do some of the salvaging, and that's where I saw this doorway that looked like it was straight up out of Aliens or something. And so I decided to go and start recording and seeing what was going on here. But I've noticed this with the whole sea as well. Like it has this like portal to nowhere going on. But when you walk through, I decided to go ahead and walk through, but you can walk through it. But a lot of these doorways are just totally scuffed. Like I don't know what's going on here, but I can see through this door into the other side. The door opening and closing isn't quite working either. So and it could just be server lag, but I don't think so. I think there's like something funky going on here. But every time I walk through these little black holes, so I was like, all right, well, let's head down to the salvage place here and take a look at the hold. And so you can see here, instead of just being a regular button anymore, there's actually, and they've done this for quite a few of the options. They've got this new like solar radio. It's not radio buttons, but it's a little pick list. So I don't know. It was interesting. Also, we go in here. I'm gonna go ahead and print these boxes, and the boxes are different, and I actually kind of liked it. The other thing I wanted to test here is you can see I have 1.02 on the recycled material. So I also wanted to go ahead and test and see if I can get that cleared out, because currently in live, I can never seem to get if you have a little bit of recycled material, if you're doing some scraping and you want to do some construction material pieces, you can't actually seems like you can't ever really clear out the recycled material. So I definitely want to give that a try. So here's the first box. This is the recycled material, so it's a new looking box, and I actually liked it quite a bit, so I decided to take a look at it. It's just got some funky stickers on it. I don't know if this is the front or the back, but then I go around the other side as well to kind of take a look at it. But still says mass is too big to pick it up, but the gun's able to pick it up just fine. But there's like an inspection sticker on here as well. So I don't know, it was just kind of interesting. It does list that it's only one SCU, but I think I even zoom in here to take a look at the construction sticker here, or like the safety instruction. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. I thought it was an interesting little thing to it. So yeah, I'll have to head back up to get the construction material, but I just wanted to really test out, if I scraped a bit, how much would we get for that box. But it was interesting to see the changes in the box. Next up, I was trying to capture footage on me actually fracking the ship, but it wasn't really, like, there was no indicator for it, so it wasn't loading right, so I decided not to show that because it just wasn't working right. But you can see here, I was trying to look up to see the hammerhead's head, but then I noticed, do you see the reflection? It's like, this is back to the horror game. There's legs. So they're trying to, I've already seen some, they're trying to fix the reflection stuff, but hella freaky. Like there's a number of seats, and then there's a bunch of like legs, and I don't know like how they ended up kind of doing this, but to me it looks like legs. So that's fine. I don't know how many people are actually like salvaging in the nude, but or in their underwear or whatever. But I just thought that was kind of funny. So I was like, all right, well, this is getting to be like a super creepy game. But I'm gonna head to the back and process some of the stuff. But I think I walked through some of the different rooms, so let's take a look at that as well. Oh, I did want to note really quick, like you can see I pressed the button too quickly here on the elevator, so it actually goes back down. So yeah, it was an interesting change there. So you don't have to wait to go all the way up if you didn't mean to go up or something. I don't know. This is the first time I've actually been able to click a button to counterbalance what I was doing in the past with an elevator without having to wait for it to go all the way up. So I'm headed back to deal with the salvaging stuff again, but I think this time I decided to kind of look through. But you can see off to the left there, like, I don't know, I think it sees through to the other room there. I think that's where the escape pods are. But then I started to notice, like, I'm going to take a look around a bit. So I decided to kind of look around at some of the different rooms. So I go take a look at the window out here, which I thought was supposed to just see into outer space. So it's looking at, it seems like the kitchen again or something. I don't know what I'm seeing here, because I don't think the other rooms behind the captain's quarters are supposed to show up back there. So the reflection is just kind of being weird here. Maybe it's reflecting back in the other room, but you used to be able to see outside with the space there. So I do decide to step into the captain's quarters with that, and then take a look out there, and I still don't quite, there's a little bit, you can see the asteroid belt a little bit more there, and you can see the room. So maybe it's just trying to reflect the kitchen back in the previous one. This has always kind of been an issue, I think, where it just kind of is dark in the captain's quarters when you go to the room and the bathroom and stuff. But I wanted to see, like, this door is being weird, but it still looks fairly messy in here, right? So it doesn't look like they've done any major overhauls as far as the actual body is concerned of the vehicle or the ship. But yeah, I don't see myself, so it's still vampire action going on. I do try to kind of open this, but it doesn't quite work anymore still. But I think it was like that before. I know there's a wardrobe behind it too, but I don't end up clicking on that. I thought about sitting down, but I didn't want to waste too much time. I really just wanted to take a look at some of this stuff. So I do need to make my way across the hallway. Server's still super laggy, so I did turn on DLSS, so maybe that's helping. That seems to have helped a little bit at least. So this is the crew quarters piece. It looks pretty similar here. I can still see outside with space, so I decided to take a look at that, but I expected to see that on the other side when I was in the kitchen. So Yeah, inconsistent with the reflections, and then the bathroom still looks kind of the same for the crew as well. I didn't open the toilet area, but you can also see there's a reflection there, but obviously we're still vampires, we're still dead. But yeah, all in all, not a lot of changes there. So I just continue to head to the back. I do think about, so there's kind of the different areas. I do think about going downstairs, but I don't end up doing it. I should have checked ladders, because there's going to be a ladder part later. It's really funny. Actually, I didn't see the ladders now that I mention it. Yeah, so I'll head back down to the salvage processing. Actually, this will be at a little bit of an expansion on what I was planning on talking about, which is we'll take a look at the boxes, and I mentioned before I am going to take a look and see if I can get that 0.02 RMC out of there. And so I decided, instead of just printing the instruction box, I decided I'll go ahead and try to craft something. So since I have 0.02, there's an attachment I can actually create, the Cambino Light SRT. Obviously there's the bigger Cambino gun or whatever you can get, or multi-tool, but I decided to go ahead and make the attachment. I almost had it cross the way there just to print another box, but I decided I'll just wait and see, and make sure it's working right. And so it pops out pretty quick. Maybe that's standard timing, but I just go ahead and carry it, and I end up storing it in the ship. Now, it's hard to tell initially whether or not that met the goal, but if you're looking, if I switch back to depot here, you can see it's gone. RMC is gone, so I think it worked. And so I just print the one here, but I go take a look on the other side, and I don't see it here either. I think I kind of noted that that I don't see it, but yeah, I mean, it seems like maybe you can actually clear out the salvage station now, because you see here you don't see it on either side, so it may actually be clean now, whereas before it seemed like I could never get past the 239 no matter what I did. Even if it showed 0.00, it's still like it would have 0.001 or something left that I just couldn't get rid of. So you can see here, these are the construction boxes. They look the same. They're the same color even. They have a lot of the same stickers and stuff on them. I think they look cooler, to be honest. It's not as plain of a box. I should go look at other boxes, but all in all, I like how these boxes look. I did look at the safety inspection stickers, and they do match. So at least that's what I could tell here. They seem to match. So no major changes. Again, there's no different color or anything, but they look to be the same to me. But then this 16 SU box looks really nice. I don't know. When you see the basic boxes, these just seem a lot cooler. So maybe that was just fillers while they were getting ready to set up the other boxes. Yeah, I thought that was kind of nice. So we'll take a look at a little blooper thing. It's not really a blooper, it's just a bug with the game. So I decided to make my way back because I need to get back to Microtech. I take a look in the little room here, a little pod room, nothing major there. But then I noticed the engine room area, or whatever this is, it was kind of being weird. So when I decided to take a ladder, except the ladder's not there. So now that I think about it, I think that's how the ladders are in the back too. So it takes a while to take the damage, but there's no ladder. I don't know, it's just gone. So it was kind of interesting. So here's the footage on fragging the ship. Like I said, there's no indicators on it, so it's kind of weird. But thank you all for dropping in. Glad I could do a little bit of an update on what the current state is of 3.23 and Salvage. But appreciate those that take time to watch and like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Again, if you guys have any comments, put them down below. I can put together new videos. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.